It's rather unfortunate. This might be our last episode, but that's not the end of the Flutter event. But it might be our last episode for the Flutter Sundays. We will still be having Flutter events with you guys, as in when the need arises, and in case there is something we want to push out to you guys, that's fine. We will do well to push it out to you guys. So I'm currently here with my team, as always. I have Randa here. Is also here to assist us with the questions and answers about
Hello.
Flutter. Hi.
Hello. Yeah.
Then we have I have Etonam also here, who will be taking us through
Hi.
the Flutter Sundays as usual. Yeah. So without wasting much time, I'll quickly hand over to Etonam, who is taking us through the Flutter Sundays and the building of the weather application as well. So I'm sure today we are going to see awesome application to try it. Yes, to try it, and I will hope I don't know if it's possible, Etonam, if you can, at the end, you can provide the APK of the application for those who want to try it on their Android devices as well. Yeah, I think that would be also great. Yeah, so without wasting my time, Etonam, you can take over right from here. Yeah, we will
All
be
right.
at the back. Yeah, sure.
I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So yeah. Good evening, everyone. Just a quick recap of what we did last week. So basically, last week we we basically extracted our API key into a different file. That's the API keys file, and also we went ahead to create a service, and this service basically gets our weather data and returns it as a response. And then we then we created our model. So our model basically was depicting how our data looks like. Then okay, so this is opening. Then we have our inside our main, yeah, inside our homepage, right? So we integrated our weather location um, package. That is the location package from pub.dev, and we look at how to basically ask for permission, handle permission, and getting the latitude and longitude um, location, and then we finish this function of that basically returns our weather model, the one we created here. And then, so basically this is us asking for permission. Then we look how to basically display the data using a future builder. Yeah, so I will run the app. Let's see how it looks like. Um, yeah, but before that, so there was some refactoring that we need to do. Um, Randall suggested something which was very critical to the application. So basically, currently, what we are doing is we are just calling the data from our function, right? So this function is basically just returning as our data. And um, since this is a future builder, right? Anytime there's a rebuild in the UI, this whole function gets called again. So basically, it tries to get our weather location, our weather um, data again, which is not supposed to be so. Otherwise, I mean, for example, if there's a button on the page that anytime you click, it rebuilds the UI. This means that anytime you click it, like there's a loading again, anytime you click, there's a loading, and that's some effect that we don't want. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a little refactoring here. So this weather model, so instead of this, we no longer need this into return. our weather model, we'll rather extract it into a local variable. So I'll say weather model, and instead of having this here, I'll take this off. Basically, now we are just in our weather model is equal to this, and then yeah, and then we can have this here inside the init. So this gets called only once, and with our future builder, right? I mean, we can then say something like future dot value and pass in our model that it will still come as a future. So I think this should do it. But in any case, we need to check whether this is null or not. Otherwise, you're going to get a very funny error, which is the weather model at some point is going to be null. That is the initial stage of the app. That is the on create, right? Is going to be null. So just to quickly fix that, I don't know. Okay, let it run and let's see the error. Then we can then look at how to basically fix it. So it's building. Okay. Hi. I think this thing is happening again. Over here. I know what anything it happens with simulator, but it doesn't happen with our emulator. So let me fire up the emulator rather and try it. Okay. All right. I may need to. Okay. It is okay. Let me close this and just open it again. Oh. And just close this for now. No, 0. Okay, it's going to take some time. So in this session, I think our last meeting, I asked that you look into how to display the icon. So each weather, I think the postman is now ready. I think. Wow. I'm going to get this data is going to be a little difficult. Okay, yeah, this is it. So let me. Yeah. So we have yes. Okay. Yeah. So as you can see the error, there was a getter call on list, something that's now. So basically, um, when you look at the so when you look at the error, right? So it says something on line 103, which is this, and when you debug further, it's called something on line 12. Okay, that's this. So basically, the this guy here is now, so it's not able to basically get any data. So I think we just have to use a ternary operation and check whether it's null. So if it's null, then we want to show I think it's circular something. Circular. Yes. Otherwise, just show that. And before that, it is asking for permission. So let's just allow the permission. And let's rerun this again. This is well, let me wrap this with center. Okay. I think we're not doing something right. We are not calling set state here. Oh, we are still returning the data. No. Okay. Yeah. So I think I can call a set state outside the whole function so that that's once of each of them. I think I've just messed up the code. So let's take some step back to refactor. So we are getting our data here. Yeah, I'm sure the data is coming in here. So let me just print this. Let me print the body. So let me just the data is not coming. Wow. Okay, so let's take a step back into the service. Over here, we have our, okay. I think the API key. So Shadrach, can I go off screen so that I can fix the API key? Otherwise, when I open it, I'm sure they'll flag the video again. I think there's an issue with the API key. Yeah, I remember creating this to deploy to GitHub, and I think I kind of took it off. So excuse me, guys. Let me just do this quickly. Yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. If this is here, this is here. We have data. All right. Shadrach, can you please add the screen to the stream? Okay. So yeah, I think I kind of messed this up, and it is no longer giving us data. I don't even know what I did wrong. I mean, whether okay. Wait, okay, this is different. Here. I'm just going to send this back to its initial state, and then I can go back from there. Yeah, and okay. So one more step, then okay. All right. So I think so. I have this. I don't know whether this is right, but I can do this. And, that data. That's right. Let me see the effect. Okay. Even when I call this test technique, let's see. Okay. I think I'll try and figure this out later. So the to do should still hold. Yeah. Yeah, but I think we are still getting this error here. At some point, this list is now this list over here. So I think we need to. Oh, okay. We need to check that. So if snapshot dot data that's it. Yes. Now let me just get this and put it here. I want to know whether that error will go. Oh, okay. 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 I mean, that effect is not right, but I think we'll try and fix it anyway. So in order to get this image right, so in our design, there's an image here, and when you look at the postman data, right? So we have so this is the icon. So this is our weather, and this is the icon. And to get this, so this something like a number or uh, an an index for the icon. So when you go to Open Maps website, right? Over here, how to get icon URL. You can see it over here. So basically, what it is, the number over there, you just have to pass in that number at this point, then it will give you the icon. For example, like with this, so I'm using the 4x, that's like times 4. It should be big times 4. And I think that's the maximum because I tried different numbers and it's only 2 and 4 that was I think valid. Yeah. So you just have to pass the number here, then it will give us this icon. So in order to do that, I'm just going to copy this, go back to Why is this? Okay, so currently we are using SVG. We will have to change this to let's see. Yeah. Quick image. Right. So I just want to see whether this will display. Okay. The image is a little pixelated, but I think that's okay for now. Yeah. So to get our icon, so that's okay. No. So we have to first get the list. Then what do we get? Okay, then we get our data. Then we then move to weather. Then inside weather, we get our icon. So where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, here. So move this guy over here. So as usual, we're going to use string interpolation over here. I would say snapshot data list, and you're looking at the first data, right? So 0, since it's an array. And we have, I think, weather, yeah. And the weather is also an array. Also looking at the first data inside the weather dot, yeah, icon. So let's see. Okay, it's clear. So that's why we have this icon. But the icon looked a little stretched because it's filled. So let me use, I think, uh, okay, let's see. Okay, I think, yeah, that's a little better. And we have our 19 over here. So this 19 is hard coded. We have to get the actual data, which is where would I think this is it. Or without this, yeah, this is it. Oh, let's refer back to the documentation and see. So it says maximum temperature, maximum temperature. Sure, like let me see whether global place icon. Okay, so okay, this is wind direction rather, not. Then I'm sure it will be. I think it's here. This is morning. This is day. Um, am I getting the right response? Yeah. Humidity, temperature during the day, during the night. So no, which one should we use? Which one should we use? I think we should just use the day. Yeah. Yeah, I think we can just use the day. So where is this located? Side temp. Okay. So same here. Snapshot data dot list. Yeah, array zero temp. Have the is this right? It doesn't look right to me. So I think let me check the metrics. Okay, I didn't add metrics. Yeah, I didn't add. So let me get it from here. So basically, I think we can let it convert it for us already, so that we don't have to deal with that conversion. So we are saying the unit should be metric. There are different ones, as you can see over no, in the yeah over here. So we have standard, we have metric, we have imperial. Yeah, if you do not use metric, standard is used by default. So let's see what's the standard. Okay, yeah. So the metric basically gives us the right one. So now we have this. So we have our let me go back to our UI. So we have our main weather here, that is clear. We have our location and country, city and country, which is over here. We have our image, which is over here. We have our um, temperature, which is over here. Now the next, so basically this for the next day, right? So the next day is pretty similar to the the current day. So where should we start from? The next day, we can start from the image. So as usual, instead of SVG, we are using image. I'm just going to get this over here. I think I didn't copy it right. So in our response, right? Let me just show you our response again. You realize that we have only two data inside the list. So it's because of this, right? Which is this. So because we said we want two data, we have only two. If I change this into three and we check back, you realize that now we have three. 1, 2, 3, right? So currently we just want only 2 days. So this is our day one, this is our day two. So so getting for the next day, right? Instead of zero, which is one, which is the first index, right? We are looking at the next day, so that's one. So it should give us the weather data for the next day. So let me just no. Okay. Wow. It's a mistake. The one rather it's yeah. Yeah. So it's still clear, which means that the weather for tomorrow is still clear. I think I can change this icon to works. Yeah. Then we now have the temperature. So I think let me just write this in full. Short again dot data dot list. We are getting the next day, so that is one. And temp, I think, yeah. Then we have the day. So this should give us next day. All right, so next is 26 degrees. So basically, this is it. And I think to explain the bug that Randall pointed out, let me quickly just show you what he meant. Let's say I just have button here, right? Which just, yeah, just have this button here. And when I click on it, it just rebuild the screen. So as you can see, anytime I click on it, it's loading. It's loading again. And this is not a nice effect because this, let's say this button, this red button here is performing a different action. So its action shouldn't affect what we have over here. So that's where our refactor comes in. So let's see, to now let's see how best we can refactor this. So let's see. So we have our data here. Okay, so we have our data here. Currently, this is giving us something. Currently getting our data. That's good. And I don't know why if I bring this out. Let me make it a local variable. Okay, we're still getting our data. Then what again? What again? So I think this. So this basically this feature does value basically it converts any variable into a future. Yeah, basically. So weather model. And let's see whether this will work again. Okay, so this is not working. Yeah, so I'm going to try something over here. Let me call set it on this. Still, I really get this effect. Just like this is getting data, but once I bring it out, it doesn't. This. Just to experiment, when I put this inside our ax function, right? So yeah, yeah, I need to send this back. Okay, we have our data, but hmm, show. Okay. So I think now we can remove the return statement. So since we don't need to return anything, yeah, but currently right now it is inside the ask permission, right? So first it needs to ask for the permission, then yeah. So after getting this data, then this is called, and if that's the case, then I mean we can also take this out, right? And change it to a parameter. So it's location. We're just going to pass it down. And then we over here, over here, let's see, location. And it's out now. Let's hope this works. Okay. Yeah. So basically, let me. I shouldn't have taken this button out. So let's check whether issue is solved. Well, method handle missing static target. Okay, so all right, yeah. So it's currently rebuilding the UI, but as you can see, it is no more having to call. It's no more calling the get weather function all over again. It's just rebuilding the UI. Like that's it. All right. Yeah. So I think that issue is solved. Yeah. I think that issue is solved. So let me clean up this real quick. Yeah. So before I rebuild any APK, I always like to either change the print statement to the back print, which means that this will only show in development, not in production, right? So yeah, that's a little tip. Otherwise, no, when you use the print, anyone at all, especially using an Android phone, once they connect their phone to their laptop and they have Android Studio and Android debugger, the whole SDK, they can basically see every print statement like from your app. Yeah. So before you deploy, always change it to take it out or change it to debug print. And to build our first, let me take this off. Then I guess we don't need our SVG again, which is yeah. So there are two ways to so you can build a split APK. So when you basically to build a standard APK, right? Is Flutter build APK. By default, the APK you build is release. But when you want to build just debug APK, right, you need to add back to it. Or I mean, although by default is release, some people still add like the release to it. This is to build an APK. But if you're actually going to deploy to Play Store, I advise you build what we call the app bundle. So the app bundle basically, so with normal APK, right? We have Android has different architecture. So we have the 64-bit, the 32-bit, the ARM 64, and other stuff. So when you build this, when you build the APK, right, everything is merged into one. So that's why usually the APK is very big, right, because it contains all these different architectures. But when you build a app bundle, it gives you a file which is a dot abb, I think. Yeah, .abb file. And when you upload that file to Play Store, right, Play Store then runs a script on it which generates these three different architectures APK for you. So you don't have to do that. So it will generate the 64-bit, 32-bit, ARM 64 for you. So basically, when the user visits the Play Store and visit your app page, right? If their phone is 64, when you click on the download, Play Store goes and fetch just the 64 for them. But when you upload an APK, right, everything is merged into one. So when the user clicks download, they get everything, and your APK like it will always be huge. But just for testing purpose, you can build a yeah. And another method is also you building the whole uh, three. I think it's three, right? Yeah, yeah, three. The three architecture APK. So using this command, so Flutter build app bundle targeting. Okay, no. So this for app bundle, right? So um, to build a split APK, so you use this command. So it will generate, I think like three different APKs for you, and you have to determine your device architecture and install the appropriate one. So if you see this, don't worry, it's just a warning because our location, this location, it contains integration for web, Flutter web. So okay, so it's done, and we can look at it inside build app output Flutter APK and app release, as you can see here. So this is it. So let me uninstall this one. Okay, it's done. And let me try and install it. So it's right here. Oh, we forgot to take out our button. Yeah, So I think there's this issue. I forgot to add it. So you will need to add internet permission to your app. How do you call it? Android manifest, right? In debug, it has already been added for you. When you check, who is it? Debug? Yeah, yeah. So when you check this for the debug, right? See, it has already been added. That's why we are able to run our app like and get data from the internet by in production. So in production, it uses, or in release mode, it uses this one, right? And it hasn't been added. That's why, as you can see here, no weather, because we don't have internet permission. So I guess I'll have to rebuild it. Another APK. And let me go ahead and uninstall this one as well. You can see the app size. I mean, just this single page, right? And it is 17 megabytes. It's because it contains the different APKs. It contains almost like three different APKs into one. That's why it's very huge. Yeah. So again, we go to build, we go to app, we go to output, Flutter APK, then release, then I'll bring it back here. This time it should work. Alright, so asking for permission, give this permission. I know it's taking so much time. It's not getting the data. This is really strange. Let me run it again in the back mode and see whether maybe there's something I'm doing wrong. So data is coming in the back mode, it's not coming in production. Um, okay, I can't really say for sure. Why is this still mounting view? Because um, okay, so there's a description. The sky is clear. Okay. Yeah, so this is Accra, Ghana. Yeah, so basically I don't know why it's not coming in production, and that's something I'll try and investigate. But basically, this is it, and we've seen how to basically build our APK. Although there are some little other things that you need to do, something like so when you realize when the app opens, right, there's a white screen that appears for a while before the actual UI shows up, right? So that's basically your splash screen, and you can locate that inside the Android folder for Android, the app, I shall see in the main, your resource file, and your drawable. So we have this over here. That's called the launch background. So as you can see, that's what we have over here. Wish I can get an icon. Let me see what I can get an icon. Uh, yeah, I have this site. I probably need to sign in again. Okay, just um, let me just select this. It's kind of small, but yeah. So we have this over here. We are going to drag it to this folder. Drag it over here. Let me rename it to something simple like background. Then over here, I can uncomment this, and for saying this, I can just say drawable slash error. So um, and also if yeah, so as you can see now we have our icon here. So this is a splash screen. Then our main page shows up. So it's just the same for I guess for our icon, right? This so by default you have a flutter launcher icon. And when you go through this, you realize that so this is it, right? So over here, and there's a package that can help you do that easily instead of let's see because they all have their own dimension. So this package basically it will you just have to pass in the image that you want to use, then it will generate everything for you and also set it as the I think it's called something. Well, it's L not I Flutter launcher icons, right? So over here, mm, so let's use this same image for it, but with this one we'll do it inside our Flutter code. So I'll create a folder called oh no, I think I already have my assets folder. Yeah, over here. So I'm just going to drag this icon here and rename it to Accra, right? Then I'm going to add this package. It's time, so I'm trying to hurry up. Sync it. about the documentation. So how to use. Okay, so I think you should add it to our dev. So this you have. I don't know what I made the last time I explained this. So we have two dependency, one for development. So these don't get compiled when you are something like building your application. It's only used like in development. That's all. So inside our the documentation, you're supposed to just copy this and remember your indentations, right? I think, yeah. So as I said, your indentation. So you have to send this guy backwards. So yeah, so it should match the def. And okay, so it's called icon.png, right? So icon.png for iOS true. So we are saying that we want it to generate also for iOS. So to generate it, you can use this command, or basically this. So I'm just going to copy this. The last line, since we've already run this, just going to go to my terminal and let's close this terminal and can I move this? Right, okay. Yeah, so I'm just going to paste it here and run this. So it's going to take some time. Then it is done, as you can see here. So now when I run my application again, so this is the icon we are using, right? So just going to take some little time. And okay, so our splash screen is here. I'm just going to minimize this and let's look for our icon. So you can see our project is now having its own custom icon. So basically that's it. This, should I say, the end of the series. We look at how to basically clone a UI. We look at how to get how to make HTTPS call. Look at how to basically convert our response to objects. Look at how to integrate weather location package in our application. How to also ask for permission, both at the Android side and the iOS side. Look at how to change our splash screen image and also add launcher icons to our application. The whole source code will be made available. So yeah, I think that's that. If there are any questions, please ask. Shadrach? Hello, Shadrach.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Better now.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes. Okay. It's okay. So we are done.
Yeah, okay, all right. Everything is running smoothly, and I think that's awesome. All right, great. Yes, so I think we have some few questions here. And then is it possible you can provide the APK as well? So we'll drop the
Yeah,
link.
sure.
Maybe you can put it in your drive or something or anywhere. So we drop the link for people to download it and try it on their devices. Yeah, so I
Sure,
think there
sure.
were some questions here, but I realized Randall was going through them. And
Answering them ahead of time. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, he was answering them as well. So I think if
We have.
it will be cool.
I have two more
It will be
points if you
cool.
want me to follow up on what I saw with the
Yeah,
tournament
yeah, sure,
alert.
sure, sure.
Um,
That's cool. So you can follow up on that. Yeah.
One of the biggest concerns always is if you have private data, where do you stick it? And this, I think, a problem Eternum had with removing the API key that he was going to use from the GitHub repo, and then when he pulled the GitHub repo back, he didn't have the API key. Does that sound right? Is this what would happen?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how to solve this. Every continuous integration system, I'm hearing an echo back from somebody's mic or something. So, okay, so sorry. So every continuous integration system has the ability to add additional switches to the Flutter build command and the Dart build command, things like that. And it's in the form of something called Dart define. Let me see, where's my screen on that? Just looking here. It's called --Dart -define, and you can find out about it by typing Flutter build help or Flutter run help. That will give you the specifications. But ultimately, what it means is that in your continuous integration environment, you would add these as secret values. Now, where does the define go? The define goes into the build as part of the environment. So you can get to it from a string dot from environment value. And that value is constant. It's baked into that particular binary build. So you don't have to worry about locating it or putting it in assets or anything like that. It's a quick way of having these secret API keys not be visible to everyone, because that's never going to go into GitHub. That's only going to go into your control instructions for however you're building in continuous integration. You can also use in your IDE, like VS Code, you can say additional Flutter flags for build, additional Flutter flags for run, and then you would put that Dart define switch there as well. And that way, even when you're testing and debugging and stuff, you just have the same exact code in your debug build that says get this string from the environment. And there's your API key that you've kept private and not checked into any Git repo. So very handy to know that. Any questions about that before I move on? Oh, somebody's muted. I guess they're all muted.
I think it's cool. I get you. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
let me talk about. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just doing some further reading on it, so check it out.
Yeah, it's in. The method call is string from environment, and there are equivalent ones for num and bool, so that you can actually have a boolean in your environment for, say, is this production or is this debug, and that can be an environment variable that you can fetch out and do different things based on what environment you're in. The other thing I wanted to talk about was just I see the pain you're going through trying to get the future into the right place.
Yeah.
I think you got pretty close, though. I mean, that was pretty close. I think I would go back one step and recommend that you always think of your lowest level calls, the stuff where you're actually talking to the API, is itself has to be bound by a feature, because the actual API call, the web call, is going to be a feature. And then so anything that's going to derive data from it is going to be a feature. And so all you want in your main widget that needs to use this feature is calling that thing and putting it into a final variable. So I would recommend, you were trying to do something in set state, but I would do something instead in just final weather data equals and the call that returns the future. And you put that outside your build method. That's in your widget, but outside your build method. It becomes one of the instance variables for that particular widget because that makes sense to bind it to the widget you're in. And then in your future builder, you have future colon that variable.
Okay.
And it will automatically do the right thing. It'll rebuild when the data finally gets there. It will give you the intermediate code. You would use in future builder into the build call. You'll get that forget now snapshot. Snapshot status will tell you that it's not done yet, and that's where you're going to want to show your circular indicator.
Yeah.
Not that the data is null, because the data actually has a future in it at this point, always, by the time you get there. So it's just the future may not be completed yet, and that's what the various return statuses tell you in future builder. Make more sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, cool. I wanted to clarify that so that anybody watching at home who probably felt your frustration and your pain could know that there is a path out of there. There is the clear path all the way to the outside the woods. So yeah, definitely. Otherwise, good job. I mean, that's a lot of work. You had to go through a lot of detail about how the API works and all that stuff. So. And I hate live coding, so even said this in the chat. You know, first off, I don't type that well anymore, so that's part of the problem. But no, there's always something going wrong. I'm doing a live demo Wednesday night, so I'm not looking forward to it yet. I'm practicing as much as I can. You know, a little 20-minute piece, but still, I'm on the star on the show.
I saw one question. I think, Rada, you've answered almost all the questions on the platform, right?
Okay, I think so.
So it was about this particular question. This person was asking.
Oh, I think I answered that. Oh, maybe I didn't. Do you need a consistent and reliable internet connection? Yes, you do, for a couple of things. You need it whenever you're doing a pub get. So obviously, you're going to go out and look at pub, find out if there are newer versions, find out if things have changed, or get them for the first time. There is a switch you can give to get that says I think it's no internet or something. But all that means is it's going to look in your own local pub cache and try to get what it needs from there. But, you know, it could shrug and throw up its hands and go, I can't find it there. Now what? You know, but if you look at Flutter pub get -- help, I believe you'll see the switch. It'll be in there somewhere. The other thing you need a reliable internet connection for, well, besides publishing things and that sort of stuff, is when you're developing on iOS, even a development payload that goes on to iOS has to be signed by the home office at Apple. So there's actually a phase, if you watch it while it's building, that says signing this with your developer key. And that has to be done by going out and back. So you do need a reliable internet connection if you're doing iOS development for sure. I think Android's probably safe. I think all you need it for is PubGet. I don't think Android goes out and does any phoning home to figure out whether it's okay to run it on your phone or not. Okay, so that's my answer to that.
Yeah. So I think this one goes to Etonam. I saw this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So are you using 2.0.5?
No. So I'm not using it because I have like projects that run on the previous version, and I remember I did the upgrade and it didn't go well with me, so I had to go back. I had to downgrade back to the last version that I was on before the update.
Okay.
But so I have two users on my computer. So I have like what I the user that I use at work, and I have another user that basically it has the latest version, which is the which has the null safety and all that. And I use it to usually work on new projects that I have. Yeah. But currently this particular one, it's using the old version. That's I think one. No, okay. I can't see it. Yeah. So basically, that's I'm using the old version. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Then also, those of you who couldn't join earlier, I think Randall, your microphone is on mute. If you're saying something.
Of course, somebody else had to do it sometime in this show. I think if you are trying to manage multiple instances of Flutter, FVM is quite good for that. That's found in the pub, and it can basically let you keep them installed in parallel instead of constantly swapping in and out on one installation by changing the version number, which has to refetch everything again. FVM just keeps these little partitions. If you're used to things like Perl Brew or I'm trying to think of the thing, there's a Python sort of thing that does that, where you can basically have multiple kinds of Python installed. It works the same way. It basically swaps some pointers out so that you can have multiple installations. So you can try that. Also remember that the Flutter version is not directly tied to the Dart version. So you can use Flutter 203 and Flutter 205 and all of these, but still retain the pre-null safe Dart just by having the right value in your pubspec.yaml. If you don't write 2.12.0 into your pubspec YAML and you have something instead like 2.9 or 2.8, that's going to be running it in legacy mode. So that it shouldn't affect much of your code. Now, sometimes there's a few changes, for example, the way that all the button widgets and everything work, that messes you up, and that is because of a Flutter upgrade. But in general, don't worry about null safety until you have to. You know, you can leave your pub spec at the old value.
Yeah. So I think the FVM has been renamed to Psychic. Yeah.
Oh, has it?
Yeah.
I'm not sidekick enough to know that. Okay, wait. No, it's a bad joke.
Okay, so I'm dropping the link for all previous episodes in the comment section. So in case you missed all the episodes, you can watch as well there. Probably we'll be having more data events, which will be there will be special events actually. So you can still follow GDG Accra, and whilst getting into the previous episode, is the same link that will lead you joining GDG Accra. So make sure you join GDG Accra and follow GDG handle on Twitter. That's GDG Accra at GDG Accra. If you follow Etonam on Twitter, it's already sharing. Let me just get this out. All right. So follow Etonam at underscore I am Etonam on Twitter. Then Randall at Randall Jazz. Yes. Also on Twitter as well. And then also, I think Randall, you have YouTube handle as well, right?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. Rather than trying to type the URL in here, I'm just going to say it's at just Google in YouTube for Randall Schwartz Dart Flutter. It's the first hit. I have great SEO.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So you can get that also on Twitter, on YouTube. Yes.
Yeah.
And then if you have any question, do reach them out. Their Twitter handle is what you can see on the screen. Do reach them out. We'll be having another Flutter event probably next week, and then another one also next 2 weeks. So we'll keep you updated. Just make sure you follow. Yes, Philip. Yes, try and DM Randall to explain more to you as well. Yeah. So probably we'll keep you updated as well on our other events that will be coming on. We'll be having IO extended as well on June. Yes, on June, GDG Accra will be having IO extended event as well. So just keep in touch. Visit the platform, the link I've posted there. Visit the platform, then you join us for the event as well. So I think there are some links here to drop, Slack links. Yes, so these links are also under the comment section. I think description, yes, on the YouTube description handle. These links Etonam dropped are also in there as well. So if you want to join the Flutter community, the links are also in the descriptions, the video descriptions. There are some links there for you to go through as well. Don't forget to subscribe to GDG Accra YouTube handle as well, because we have more coming up. We won't leave you guys behind, so don't forget to subscribe as well. Then, yeah, so thank you very much once again. Okay. All right, so thank you very much, guys. Thanks for passing through, Randall. Thanks for your service. We will have you for a special event here. I will talk to you backstage. All right, so, and then, yeah, Etonam, thank you very much as well for taking us through this. The link for the GitHub repo is also in the description. So make sure you check the description for everything you need. The link for the repo, the resources Etonam provided, everything is in the description. So make sure you check in the description after the event. Thank you very much, guys, once again. GDG Accra really appreciates everything you guys are doing for the community. And thank you, community members, as well, for joining us right from the beginning to the end. Please, 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 after the event, in about 10, 20 minutes time, you are all going to get a notification to send feedback on the event. Okay, so those of you who RSVP the event and you join the event through the GDG platform, make sure, please and please and please, you are going to get an email in 10 minutes, 20 minutes time. Yeah, in 10 minutes time, you are going to get an email. Make sure you fill the feedback form. Please make sure you fill the feedback form for me as well. Yeah, so thank you very much. And we all say good night here in Ghana. Randall, I think good night at your end as well.
No,
And
good day. Good day.
Oh, good day. Oh, okay.
It's only 1 in the afternoon. We still got a whole rest of the day here.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on.
Oh, all right. Sure, that's good. Yeah, so we say bye to everyone. Yeah, so enjoy your night and enjoy your day. All right, so bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.